Good Sunday, May morning to you. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley in Camarillo, California.
Good Sunday, everybody. I am Reverend Lynn Chaplain-Noe from the Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley, and we have a wonderful, wonderful day for you today. It's a gorgeous day here in Southern California, and we're so glad that you're with us. It's a great day. We have Lissa Coffey and Reverend Pamella Geagan will be having a discussion on the best is yet to come, and I can't wait to hear that. Pamela Bailey, our lead practitioner, is going to be leading us in with prayer. Buzz Noe is going to give us the buzz, tell us what's happening. I'll be your practitioner of the day, and Daniel Berkman is our musical inspiration. So let's get the party started. Our vision statement is awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And how we do that is teaching and demonstrating spiritual principles for living an abundant and fulfilling life in a welcoming, compassionate community. And here are the flames of faith. When we light these flames of faith, we believe that there is one power, one source, and there are many paths to that source. And lighting these flames of faith, we honor all religions: Buddhism, Christianity, Sufism, Judaism, Sufism, all others that step forward in love. There is that one fine thread that connects all religions, and that fine thread is love. We are love. We come from love, and we honor our oneness within us all. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Reverend Pamella Geagan with Betty Ann Brennan's quote for the day.
And in feeling blessed and honored to have Betty Ann still with us in our hearts and our minds, and closer to us in our hands and feet, as I say, in the breath we breathe, I am reading one of her wonderful quotes. Today, I make a special effort to be playful, to be childlike, to practice the truth of my being as a child of God. I accept my life as wonderful. Reverend Betty Ann Brennan. And now it is my honor to introduce Pamella Bailey, our lead practitioner, with our opening.
Thank you so much, Reverend Pam. And thank you, Betty Ann, for all of your inspiration over the years. So if you would please join me in an opening prayer and assume your prayerful position, whatever that may be, and just take a deep breath, breathing in that breath of life all the way to the base of your abdomen, and then out, and one more, in and out. And on this beautiful day, this beautiful spring day in May, looking at life as the beautiful experience that it is, knowing that it is all God, that all of it, all of life is God. It is God in action, God in expression, and it is God as the creative source that has made all of it. And however people may see God, there is this intelligence, this source, this power at the center and at the beginning point of life itself. And so in that first person, I know that I am one with life, that it flows through my veins and through my breath, and I partake of it, as do each and every one of you listening and all of us here on the planet. And so in that space of recognizing my oneness with God and my ability as a divinely created being to think and to speak and to have life manifest, to have it show up as I created in my world. And I'm grateful for this power, for the power to choose, the power to think, the power to create. And so this day when we're looking at the best is yet to come, I don't know where Pam and Lissa are going with this, but I do know it's a great exploration. It's a great inquiry to look at, yes, how do we know? How do we create it so that the best is yet to come? And so this day, I look for those things that in that childlike essence Betty Ann spoke of, I look for those things that give me great joy, that I love to participate in, that have me, as Howard Thurman said, come alive, fully, completely present here, being joyful, and that joy being contagious. And the service that I am privileged to offer, that too is contagious, and that each and every one of us sees that there is an opportunity. And I look for my opportunity to be my best, to be my most contagiously enthusiastic, and to spread the joy, and to create openings for others to jump in and play in this wonderful game of life. And as we look forward to what is to come in this time of transitioning back to what will be our new normal, transitioning back to not having to isolate and stepping out cautiously, prudently initially, but allowing life to show up, allowing me to get back in that stream of life. And so for this, and for all of this, and for each and every person in this show, and especially Reverend Lynn, whose birthday is coming very, very quickly, I am just so grateful, and I'm open, and I'm allowing myself to be inspired, not just to think or to say, but to action, to being that very best that I can. And for all of this, in great gratitude, I release this, I let it go, and together, say with me, please, and so it is. And now,
And thank you so much for our thank you so much for that treatment, Pamela. And speaking of creating, what we're going to now listen to is Daniel Naimod, a song about planting seeds and creating, one of my favorites. Enjoy.
I spent a long time running, I never knew then what I know now. That the fruits, they always come in, but you can't go around just knocking them down. It takes a long time to show in. We plant the seeds then, and we look at them now. But the roots are always growing, no matter if I'm there or never around.
Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds, nothing
It's like your whole life you've been training for this moment, and when the time comes you just disown it, meaning you just surrender, don't control it, not interested in the clay pots and mold it, or sitting next to the path trying to unfold it, or waiting for the fruits to fall down toward you. Let it go and now you're flowing, feeling quite gorgeous, so you take steps away instead of towards it. What a rush, feeling freedom with nothing to hold. We've been taught that what you touch will always turn to gold, and now we're learning when we let it go it overflows with no credit to take, cause no credit is home. A higher power working deeper where the seeds are sowed, and when the seeds are true then they're seeds of gold. But the real gold is joy when life starts to flow, and when it does you just smile cause now you know. I spent a long long time running. I never knew then what I know now. Let the fruits, they always come in, but you can't go around just knocking them down. It takes a long time to show in. We plant the seeds then and we look at them now. But the roots are always growing, no matter if I'm there or never around.
Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds. Whatever grows will grow.
When it grows, it grows.
Whatever dies will
And when it dies, it dies.
Whatever
Come on.
works will
If it works, it works.
Whatever flies will
Let it fly, let it
Whatever
fly.
fails will
When it
fail.
fails, it
What's meant
fails.
to soar will
And
soar.
when it soars, it soars.
I am planting seeds. Whatever grows will
Let it grow, let it
Whatever
grow.
dies will
When
die.
it dies, it dies.
Whatever works will
And when it works, it works.
Whatever flies
Yeah,
will
let it fly, let it
Whatever
fly.
fails will fail.
Fails, it fails.
To soar will soar.
Let it soar.
I am planting seeds
And nothing more.
Whatever grows will grow. Whatever dies will
When it
die.
dies, it dies.
Works will
And when it works, it works.
fly.
Yeah, let it fly, let it
Whatever
fly.
fails will fail.
Fails, it fails.
To soar will
Come
soar.
on, let it
I
soar.
am planting seeds.
And nothing more.
You know, when you smile, it just helps someone to know that you're cared about and that you love them.
And now it is my honor to introduce Buzz Noe with What's the Buzz?
Thank you so much, Reverend Pam. And hello, everyone who's here today. This will be the last full week of the merry month of May. The month of June is coming up with summer weather to stay. Rev Pam and Lissa Coffey will soon be with us with inspiring thoughts to convey. But for now, it's me that's here with the announcements for today. At 9 a.m. weekdays on Facebook Live, Reverend Pam's morning meditations will allow you to thrive. Song of Solomon remains the theme for this week. With it, Reverend Pam will provide the spiritual perfection that you seek. At 7 p.m. on Thursdays on Facebook Live, our midweek spiritual uplift will boost your divine drive. Buzz Noe, that's me, will have some great words to say as I deliver the last session for May. I will be referencing honoring our heroes on Memorial Day, and we can do this by expressing gratitude that we're all doing okay. Please keep in mind that our center is always here for you, so please let us know what we can do. The spiritual treatment that we provide will lessen your stress and allow you to thrive. You can call and leave a request by phone or send us an email from wherever you roam. We trust someday that we can meet again live, but until then, our center still helps us to thrive. So do please donate to keep our center going so we can be here to keep your wellness flowing. To other places where you can lend a hand, please do give them whatever you can. Ventura County Rescue Mission provides the homeless with much good, and Ventura County Food Share feeds the needy in our hood. A reminder that our center is part of Ralph's Community Contribution Program. A portion of whatever you spend at the store will make a small donation or more. So please do sign up or simply renew, and Ralph's will contribute at no cost to you. Our center's code number is JE859. You can sign up at the store or do it online. Another way to help our center for a while is to shop online using Amazon Smile. When you complete your purchase for the items you got, it will donate to our center right on the spot. And finally, June and summer will soon arrive as we end the month of May. Thanks to all of our pet pals for helping us be okay. And that's the end of the announcements and what I have to say. I turn it over now to Reverend Lynn, our practitioner of the day. We will celebrate her birthday on Wednesday this week. So here she is to give us the inspiration that we seek.
Thank you, Buzzy. Thank you so much. An early birthday. So the title of today's discussion is The Best Is Yet to Come. And before we get into that and chat about that, I wanted to remind all of you that we have wonderful practitioners at the Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley. They're experienced, they're committed, they're dedicated, and they're wonderful. And they're all unique in their own way. And of course, Pamella Bailey is our lead practitioner. So go on our Facebook page, our website, and get acquainted with your practitioners. Please do that. I always say when we're in person, go grab a practitioner appropriately. So the best is yet to come. And yeah, that sounds like a song cue. Isn't there a song? The best is yet to come. I think so. But this isn't a song cue. This is a call to action. And what better call to action than the best is yet to come, to begin to explore within in your own domain. And it requests a spiritual mind. It requests you to, this call to action, it requests you to evaluate where you are spiritually. And it's a great call to action. Go within, introduce yourself to your future, because that is exactly where the best and the now and the future is, within. That's where they are. In Michael Beckwith's visioning process, he asks 4 questions, and these 4 questions really do reveal your vision. It reveals your vision, your talents, and your future. So here are the questions. I was trying to gear up to these questions here. What's the highest vision for your life, and what needs to emerge? Who must we become to manifest this vision? The third question, what must we let go of to bring this vision into being? And the fourth question is, what strengths, capacities, and talents do we already possess to make this vision a reality? So our planet right now is asking us to answer our calling and to reveal our talents and to share our vision. You can hear it all around you. We are being called. And that all begins with acknowledgement of the fact that we have everything that we need right now within us to create the world that works for everybody, and not only works for everybody, but helps everyone to thrive divinely within. And, you know, Pamella Bailey and I are on the same page today. We both quoting Howard Thurman, and he said, and this is an extension of that quote that Pamela mentioned, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. And that all starts with that examination, that evaluation of where you are within, what your talents are, what's calling you, what you need to let go of to have that manifest in your life. And in our Science of Mind textbook, page 37, Dr. Holmes says, the thing, divine mind, then works for us by working through us and is us. And that's Dr. Holmes. So if you're getting that the best is yet to come is a function of your creation and how you're directing divine mind, then you're right on. And you can always rely on, this is my second to the last quote for the day, what my mama used to say to me. She was brilliant. And her birthday's today, by the way. Happy birthday, Mom, in the heaven world. Mama said, if you want to know what you've been asking for, look at what you got. And I would add to that, if you don't like what you got, and this is a quote from Dr. Holmes, and it is our motto for Science of Mind, change your thinking, change your life. And then we'll have a world that not only works for everyone, but everyone thrives spiritually. All right. That was fun. And now here's some more fun. It's my pleasure to introduce, as it always is, my son, Daniel Berkman.
Thank you, Mom. That was very inspiring. Thank you so much. It was nice to hear Grandma's quote as well. So I'm playing the West African harp, the kora, and as usual, I like to improvise something. So I'm going to improvise a little something and add a little beats. I have a new drum machine. I'm going to play a little bit with my drum machine. would like to sing happy birthday for my mom. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lynn. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mom.
Thank you, baby.
Would you like to say anything to her as we're all going to toast her after we all say something little? I don't know how you put a lifetime into 10 seconds.
I know. Well, I mean, the word that comes up for me is gratitude, deep gratitude. Every day I feel gratitude for you, Mom. And yeah, it's that that's just the biggest, grandest, most honest word I can think of, and just deep gratitude.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you, Mom. Love you.
Now she won't be able to get through the rest of the ceremony. I mean,
That was
the
that's
service.
the trick. I know how to. Yeah.
Oh, and the other, I just want to say happy birthday, Lynn. I'm so happy you're in my life. You came in so interestingly. I saw you speak at Dr. Tom Johnson's memorial service in Woodland Hills. And then not shortly after that, you walked in and I said, don't leave, stay here. And my God, through all the years, you're the most creative, beautiful, talented, wonderful spiritual person. And you add such beauty to everyone's life, and especially mine. And so it is. And now I would like Marcia if to say something, if she would like to.
Happy birthday, Reverend Lynn. You are a live wire. You are one of the most funnest people I know. And you have a heart as big as all outdoors. Thank you so much. Love you. Happy birthday.
Thanks, Bubbles.
And Pamela Bailey.
All right. Well, Lynn, gosh, when I think about you, Lynn, I think about laughter and I think about the creation of beauty. You just have an eye and a knack for seeing the beautiful and bringing it forth and sharing it with everyone. And plus your love and commitment for your family. So thank you.
Thank you.
And now Lisa.
Rev Lynn, you have always reminded me of Carol Lombard because you have so much in common with her. You're smart, you're funny, you're glamorous, and you have a hot husband.
Here, here. Yes, I do. Thank you, Lisa.
That was fabulous. And now Buzz Noe.
The hot hubby. Where is he?
I'll say this. Happy birthday, dear Lynn, as you hit your 76. It might seem a long time, but it's gone by pretty quick. And through all those years, you've stayed pretty and slick. It's over 3/4 of a century, and you're still a cute chick. And for more than half that time, I've been married to you, and the fact that I love you remains absolutely true. Happy birthday.
Oh, now can we all raise a glass and on the count of 3 say happy birthday. We're toasting you, Lynn. Here's to another great year, all of us together. Well, maybe we can expand it a little, but anyway, happy 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday,
Mom.
Thank you, God.
Love you, love you.
Oh, I love you too.
Anyway,
Thank you.
yeah, and thank you for allowing us to do this. There's an allowing there. Oh, and I love your glamour. Your glamour. Your.
I got dressed up for it. There you go.
Yeah, that's great, Queen Lynn, and rightly so. Oh, and now, yes.
Carol Lombard was actually an idol of mine. I modeled a lot of things that I did in my career after her. So thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, I loved her so much, so very much. And she was a Hoosier. She lived in California, but she was originally a Hoosier
I didn't know that.
from Indiana. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. You always remind me of her.
Thank you. That's good stuff. Thanks.
Even wear some of the same hats that girl, not the same style. Anyway, on this happy birthday note, it's now my honor to introduce our wonderful Lissa Coffey as we're talking about the best is yet to come. And it is that song is the best is yet to come, and won't it be fine? And so on this note, as we talk about this, I want to start with a story. And this was not what I had planned to come up with in the beginning, but now I just heard this young man speak, and his name is Yusuf Salam, and he's one of the 5 Black boys that were falsely accused of committing a brutal rape in New York and beating in New York Central Park in 1989. They became the Central Park 5, as what they became known as. And Yusuf was only 15 years old at the time of the crime in 1989, and he and his friends spent 7 years behind bars, vilified by the world, until using not only DNA evidence, but also the confession of a serial rapist who committed the crime to set them free. And now they are called the exonerated Central Park 5. Which is so wonderful. And what inspired me about the best is yet to come is what he said about this total situation. He wrote a book, it's out now, and it's called Better, Not Bitter. And what he writes about is how bitterness is hurting you, and forgiveness is the only way you can surgically remove yourself from the pain, from the suffering. And in the book, he talks about seeing the hand of God in all things, and how there was no way, or in his case and for every case, there's no way you can possibly get through what he and his friends went through, along with like a Viktor Frankl and so many other people, without seeing the positive outcome. He said it's through these kind of trials, when you are tested, then you can testify that you can grow through something rather than to go through something. And he writes that if you change anything in your past, you change everything in your future. And his last quote from his heart, he said he feels that God restores 100 times more what is taken from you than what was, you receive 100 times more after everything. And I think of our Betty Ann, my life is unfolding perfectly no matter what. And Lissa?
That is an amazing story. I hadn't heard that before, and it's very touching. And the resilience in that young man is just amazing. And it's something that he's modeling for us, that we can have that same resilience. I think, when we try to quantify something or, put it into a basket like this is bad and this is good and this is better and this is best, we only know from our limited human perspective. You know what I mean? We're only judging by what's happened to us in the past. But we have to remember that everything that happens to us, whether we judge it as good or bad or indifferent or amazing or terrible or whatever, all of it is meant for our spiritual growth. And all of it we can learn a lesson from. Every single little thing. And we have the choice, just like in the title of this man's book, whether to become bitter about it or to become better about it. So probably what happens is if we become bitter about it, we're not looking at the lesson. We're not getting the growth. And we're going to have to repeat it, because karmically, that's what happens to us. Until we learn the lesson, we're going to keep going to school and we'll never graduate. We don't want to keep coming back to school. We want to eventually graduate. We want to get to that place where, you know, we can call it heaven, we can call it enlightenment, we can call it illumination or pure knowledge, self-realization, whatever you want to call it, where we get it, you know, we get it. And God or the universe or whoever it is going to keep knocking us over the head until we finally get that lesson. So I like that this guy is a great example for us. And I know we've all gone through challenges. You know, this past year has been a huge challenge for us, more than a year now, right? Because we're in May. Oh my gosh. But I think all of us can look back and say that we learned something from it. All of us can look back and see something good that came out of it, you know? And I think that's what the best is. You know, the best is yet to come, is us understanding and realizing our purpose and God's plan for us, and that we are not the doer, and that we don't have control over everything that happens in this world, but we do have control over how we respond to it.
I agree. And, you know, I believe that God doesn't give us any of our greatest challenges in the past. The best is yet to come in our future. And so and again, it's that process. And how do we accept that path, and knowing, and it's all about faith and being empty also to accept it. And there's so many examples I have about this, but you know, all I can think of right now is one I used earlier in the week in meditation, and it's the wedding, where Jesus turns water into wine. And in that faith, what happens is he goes to this wedding, and like in India, the weddings back then were, they were days and days and days of celebration. And the greatest gift from the host was the best wedding. The best wine was served first. And when it ran dry, then they took out the wine that was less than the best. They were hoping everybody would be satiated and not know. Well, both wines ran out. The best was given, and the satiated part, the less than perfect wine, was given. And then they still didn't have wine, and the hostess didn't know what to do, the mother of the groom. So she went over and asked Jesus and her followers. She said, you follow Jesus, what solutions he has, and don't even question it. So Jesus turns to some tubs on the right. They're 4 30-gallon tubs. And he said, go fill these with water. And I'm sure I would have gone, as if I'm going to carry 30 gallons back with a tub and think this is going to work. And so when it comes back, he takes the scoop and he gives it to the host and hostess, I believe both, and says, for your, approval. And the host just says, my God. He said, I thought that we saved the best. We gave up the best in the beginning, but you have given us the best last, because the best is yet to come. So I always I just thought of that story just then when we were talking too, and how in faith and planning, how whatever we're going through doesn't necessarily unfold perfectly at all. Sometimes we think a relationship that maybe we shouldn't be in it. Why isn't this working? Why isn't my business working? Why am I poverty stricken? Why? And woulda, coulda, shouldas, when actually we're still in our same unmovable thinking. And when you just said, and I'm going to let you go with this afterwards, is when you just said about the pandemic. Well, I was in that small thinking saying, oh my gosh, how are we going to do service? What are we going to do? Spencer stepped up, my son, to produce and direct us on Zoom. And now this is so funny because he's moving on, and he says, oh, don't worry, we can do this. It just won't have some of the production quality. And I said, oh my God, now I don't want to change what I've got. And I'm holding on tight to what we've got because of the production quality. And yet I am not allowing him in his growth pattern nor am I allowing our center to grow in greater ways by holding on to, again, what I've got. You know, it's the old, I wouldn't have let go of anything I ever let go of had cat claws in it, had claw marks on it. so let me hear what you have to say about all of that.
Yeah, but it's going to work out because it always does. You know, it's going to work out. So you just have faith that why would this be any different? Of course it's going to work out. We don't know how it's going to look, but it will be fine. I mean, Deepak Chopra always told us this story about the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. I may have mentioned it to you before, about how he had these visions and these dreams, and we're going to build this and we're going to build that, and you know, everybody in the room was like, yeah, but Maharishi, where's the money going to come from? And he's like, from wherever it is. He's like, from where? Of course it's going to happen. And it does. And it does. And I love that story about the wine. There is a like mini series called The Chosen, which, have you seen it?
I haven't. I bet some people have here.
It's amazing. This, you know, ragtag group of filmmakers decided they wanted, you know, meaningful programming, and they made this mini series about how Jesus got his disciples. And it is fabulous. I mean, it is amazing because it's the story, but it's very contemporized, like it's set in that time, but the way they talk to each other, it's so easy to understand. And that scene with the wedding, it kind of goes a step further, because what was happening at the wedding behind the scenes was the in-laws were not getting along. The bride's parents thought the bride was too good for this groom. And they just knew the groom's family was going to blow it and something was going to happen. And when the wine ran out, they were like, oh no, it's like our worst nightmare, because now they're going to like take the bride away and the wedding's over and all that. But since the nicest, best, most delicious, wonderful wine was served at the end, the bride's father was so impressed. He says, this just shows your character and what a good man you are, that you would save the best for last. And I'm happy to welcome my daughter into your family. I mean, it healed everything, you know, it was amazing. But I do recommend that because, you know, I'm a Hindu and I was raised Christian, but not super religious. And I don't know a lot about the Christian faith. This taught me a lot because it was in kind of a language that I could understand, and the story and the characters and the personalities of the disciples and stuff. It was amazing, amazing.
Thank you for this. And is it on Netflix, or do you know?
It's on YouTube. It's free.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that. Now I can't wait to see the whole series. Is it still ongoing? There's so much to share.
What they did, these filmmakers, they were really smart. They didn't go with a major studio or anything. They went with Angel Studios. And what they do is they crowdfund. So they went and had like a GoFundMe page, and they needed to raise, I don't know, 5 million or something like that to do this miniseries. It's expensive to film a lot like this. And they raised like double that. So they're going to have a season 2 now too. So where they ended the first season was they got the last disciple, I think, and they were going on, you know, and now it'll be like the next part of the story. It's fascinating.
Oh, I'm going to watch it. And so I'm going to close here, and then I'll let you close. And it's like all the doors that were closed, what we felt were closed at the beginning of the pandemic, closed for us in so many ways, from restaurants to businesses to everything that we were used to. And yet those new doors were open for us to explore new ways, new creativity. I always love, my friend Lucy used to say, when one door closes, another one opens, but those hallways sure are a bitch. And so as we're coming out of the hallways and we're taking all of, we're 15 months out. 15 months out. And we do have enough time to look at all the good that's manifested during this 15 months in changing our habits, changing the way we are. So I feel like sometimes when we are running out of time, we feel, or that this pandemic has destroyed us. I think of Yusuf, and how what he went through, and never did he lose his faith, nor could he let his vision off of knowing. They asked him, they said, well, did you ever not think it would turn out this way? And he said, no, I could not allow myself that. I had to know and see that I was free. I didn't know timing, but I always went back, and that I was exonerated. And the media gave them now the name, the Exonerated Five. And he said, it allows me, just that change from the Central Park Five to the Exonerated Five, to raise my head in great pride that we all made it through, and we made it through stronger than before. So my advice to everyone is keep on trucking on. Be prepared to accept the best, because the best is yet to come.
Yeah, and count our blessings, because that man was in prison for a lot longer than we've been in just lockdown in our homes. So he had it a lot worse than us. We need to count our blessings. And we can't even think of it as like when things are opening up that we're being free, because we've always been free. We were taking a step for everyone's safety, but it was always a choice, and it was always us doing the right thing, you know? And so now I think we have to make the choice to open our hearts and get back to embracing people and our friends and connecting again on that more human level, since it's okay to do now. We're safe.
I love that, Lissa, and that it wasn't just about protecting ourselves, it was protecting the world. And we got that. We got that on that deepest and highest level. So thank you so much. I just want to pitch also next Sunday, please go to your Zoom link where Swami, can you tell me Swami's name again?
Yeah, so it's actually the 23rd, so it's today. You missed it. So it's so it's this morning.
Oh, honey, I was thinking that, oh my gosh, yes. It's airing on Sunday. Yes, and so I missed it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, honey.
So we'll have another one.
I'm so sorry.
Fourth Sunday of the month, always in June, and I'll have another Swami. I don't know who yet, but I'll have another Swami, because those guys, they're great. Oh, they're so good.
They're amazing. And tell us how we can get him on your YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, you can.
And I apologize. There's five. It's COVID brain. Yeah. There's five Sunday. It's WTF Sunday. Yeah. It is. And I was thinking it was next Sunday, honey. Yeah. Thank you so much. I love you, and I am so grateful. And thank you so much for being with us always, and being so dear to my heart. Mwah! Yeah. Love you. And now it is my honor to introduce our wonderful Buzz Noe with our offertory. Oh no, we've missed Danny. I haven't missed you, Danny. You're still here. I missed Sunday with Lissa. I haven't missed you, honey. Congratulations, you're on. Take it. Daniel Berkman.
I'll take it.
Thank you. Amazing. Just amazing. Yes.
Thank you.
Amazing, honey.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for being here for your mom's birthday, too. That was the best gift, along with your wonderful music. Mwah. Thank you. And now it's my honor to introduce Buzz Noe with with our offering opportunities.
Thank you again, Rev Pam, and thank you to you and Lissa for the wonderful lesson about knowing the best is yet to come. So, in speaking of that same prospect, knowing the best is yet to come, we appreciate any donations that you're able to give to our center. And let's say this together, our offertory affirmation, that divine love blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is, and that's the way it is. And several ways that you can make a donation to our center. We, of course, online accept PayPal and Zelle. Those are both on our website, www.cslpleasantvalley.org, and you'll be able to see them there and donate to those online applications to our center. And, of course, there's the old-fashioned way of mailing something to us, a check, to our mailing address, 221 East Daily Drive, Suite number 1, Camarillo, California. Again, our website is here, and the email, which we've already published several times, is there for you to send anything, again, online or ask questions. And those are really appreciated. And I believe that's it for donations. So I want to thank you all again for contributing your donation. And now here's my lovely, lovely wife, Lynn, with our closing affirmation.
Thank you, Buzzy. And remember that when I use first person, and I say I am, make I am statements, I'm identifying with the collective, with all life. So when I say I am, you am too. So let's close our eyes, please. And as I close my eyes, I'm instantly aware of a presence, this wonderful environment of love and acceptance and of generosity and creativity, of ways to give, of ways to express. All of this is God, good, divine intelligence, infinite intelligence, and I'm one with it. I'm right there with it. It's through and by means of me that this wonderful, creative creator of all life expresses itself. And it's through and by means of me that life on this planet becomes a wonderful thing instantly, because the good and the best that is yet to come is already within my awareness, within my divine awareness of who I am, what my talents are, what I have to give, what I have to let go of in order to be able to do this, my vision. That's how I allow divine mind to express through and by means of me, by allowing this vision to take hold, to become real, become true, and to be a gift to this planet. I am being called, we are all being called right now to discover what our talents are and our uniqueness and our gifts and our vision, and to share it and to live it and to be it, to express it as beautifully and perfectly as we possibly can. And we know we can because there is only God. There's only do, as Yoda would say. And so I'm grateful for these wonderful truths of oneness with Source and with the presence of my own vision and my expressiveness that creates that vision. And we know where that vision comes from within, from the divine, from Source. And so I release these loving truths into the law of mind, into this creative, generous Source. I let divine mind to take care of the details, while I enjoy expressing, giving, sharing, and being my vision. And together we say, and so it is. Reverend Pam?
And so it is. I want to thank everyone for being with us today on Lynn's birthday. Well, it's not her birthday, but it's coming up this week. And so I want to thank Lissa and everybody waving, Linny and Buzz, and and Pamela Bailey, our lead practitioner, and behind the scenes, our wonderful Marcia Beebe, who keeps us all together, Daniel Berkman on this special day, and Ivan Kurilinski, and of course, Spencer Geagan. Yay! And one last toast to Linny. We love you, Linny. Bye. Happy birthday. See you next week.
you.